Hi, this video will see the basics, how to do the basic setup to use Django. Okay, let's start. You just create a new folder. I'm just creating a new folder on the desktop, and I'm naming that is my as keep the some good names based on your application what you're going to do. I'm just for example, I'm just keeping uh, my first project, my project. Okay, this is the folder name, and now I'm going to open this folder through the command prompt. So this is in desktop. So okay, so now I have my folder here, my project. I'm going inside my project, and now the second thing is we need to create a virtual environment to store all the to store all the packages whatever required for Django and whatever required for this project. Okay, so to do so, initially to do this Django project, as it is a Python framework, you need to install Python. Okay, if you don't have Python, just go through the steps from the Google. You can get it very easily. You can type python.org. So from the website you can download it from the official website of Python. Okay, here you can see the official website. So from this download you can download the latest version and just install it. It's not a big task, very easily you can do it. Okay, as I have the Python, I'm going through from the virtual environment. Okay, so I just need to create virtual environment. Python -m venv is a command, and now I need to say the name of my virtual environment. You can keep anything, so as you can recognize, uh, I'm just leaving it as venv itself. Okay, it just creates the virtual environment. This virtual environment package also, when you are installing Python, it comes along with that. Okay, my virtual environment is created. Now if you just see in the directories, you can also see their virtual environment is also created. So now we need to activate that virtual environment. Okay, venv slash backslash scripts backslash activate. Okay, that's all. And now we have activated the virtual environment, and the third step is now you need to install the Django package for using Django. Okay, so for that we need to do like pip install Django. Okay, it defaultly downloads the latest version. Yes, the Django package is installed. Now the fourth thing is you need to create a Django project. How to do that? It is Django admin -admin start project and your project name. So you can give, for example, we are doing doing it regarding something called school. Okay, I just gave school, and now I'm just clicking enter, and you can see that in the directory the school will be created. We need to go inside the school directory. So if you give there, again in the school directory you will be seeing manage.py. So the manage.py is the main thing in Django to run any command. Okay, but you can see here my project is my folder. Inside that we have created the virtual environment and we have created the school project. So inside school project you can see the school and manage. Okay, manage this is a Python file, and school, inside the school you will see different files. So these are all, this school folder can be considered as the whole settings of your project. Okay, and exclusively this, again inside the folder there will be one more file called settings. Here it will consider, here it will contain all the settings of the project. And in Django, when we create one project, inside that we can create multiple applications. So all those multiple applications, the common things will be inside this school. Okay, and generally we will consider this as the project folder. And now we are going to create an app for our project inside our project. So I'm inside the school, I'm inside my project folder, and I'm went inside my school. Okay, because when you are using python manage.py, you should be inside the school. Outside the school it will not work because that manage file is not there in that folder. So whenever you are executing the manage command python manage.py, so mostly you'll be requiring that command in the coming sessions or coming using of Django, so while running the servers, doing migrations, and many more things. Okay, so be in the school folder and do the manage.py, I mean use the manage.py command. So python manage.py, and then to create a new app you need to use start app and space app name. App name I'm just giving, assume it is a student. Okay, or we can give something like student management. Okay, student is fine. Start app and student, it just creates an app, which means it just creates one more folder there parallel to the school. So this is the app folder. So you can easily differentiate between the app folder and the project folder. Project folder will contains less number of files, which is settings, urls, whisky and ascii files, that's all. And student folder differentiates to like it will contain models, which means to be like database tables, and then the tests, views, and one more folder we will create something called urls for the path, uh, to describe the paths and to list out all the paths which redirects the views. Okay, that we will create. And so this is the student is the app and school is the project folder. Okay, so when you are creating one more app anything, so it will come parallelly here, and it will also contain the same files whatever having in the student app. Okay, so we just created the project and we just created the app, that's all. So the other editing or other configuration is there, but still you just completed your setup of the project, that's all. So you can also see that whether it is working good or not. So python manage.py run server, so it just run start your server, starts the Django server defaultly. So while when you are creating a Django project, defaultly you'll get many things like something, you'll also get an admin module, you can easy authentication will be there, and your a database SQLite database also creates it. So later you can migrate to another database based on your requirements, but defaultly it gives many things like that. Okay, so now that's all, you just created your project and you're running. So you can take this localhost URL and you can paste it in the, yeah, you can see here the the install worked successfully, congratulations. So so it is the first welcome page or something like that, as you created the project and you are running it your app. Now starts our customization. Okay, so now we created, let us assume we want to say, what the next step we'll just see here now. Okay, now I'm going to stop this. You just need to use control C to stop the server, and I'm going to open this application from the VS Code. Okay, code space dot, so I'm opening the VS Code with the current folder. Hope you are also having the VS Code. If not, you can download it from the same VS Code. You can browse the VS Code, it will come. Okay, we have opened our, or any other editor also you can use if you are familiar with other editors. Just editor, that's all. And we have our app folder here and we have our project folder here. Okay, now the first thing, the main thing for our redirections and going from one file to another file is the thing called views. and views will contain mainly all the functions. To be say clearly, it contains all the functions actually. uh, and how we will come to these functions is something we have called URLs. So I'll just guide you when with one view. Okay, so I'm just creating a function here, and it is all just Python. If you don't have knowledge about Python, you can easy this also. It's not a big task, you can learn from here also. So in Python we'll just generally use the def for defining the functions. I'm just writing home, if home, and we need to pass, I require an argument request. And so just going to return an HTTP response to the user, like when we'll see that HTTP. So I'm just, if it is not automatically importing, you can manually import it. Django.http, you can import the HTTP response module. And I'm just saying hello, welcome to the welcome to my new site. Okay, that's all. So now when this function is called somewhere, this HTTP response will be returned. How this function will be called from the user? So that how means you need to create one, define one path for this function. When this function need to be triggered, we need to say that. So that how we will define it is, we are creating one more file called urls.py. Okay, so whenever you create a new app, if that app has functions and that app functions to directly called from the user, so there also you'll create one more file called urls.py. Okay, so here I just created urls.py, and now I need to import one thing called from that. What we will import is, it will be there already in the here. I'm just copying the same from the this thing. So from the Django URLs, we'll just import path, and we have defined a function in our views.py. So that function we need to import it here. So dot views import, or we instead of importing one function, we'll just from dot we are importing directly full views module itself. Okay, so that we can use directly. So we just imported views module. Now we need to define our URL here. That URLs and all, we will define it in the URL with a variable called URL patterns, equal to, in a list we will display it. Okay, so that how we need to display is using the keyword path. The first one is the URL which user request. I'm leaving it as empty because this is the first page I want to display when somebody comes to my server, or somebody access my server. I want to display this one first, so I'm leaving it as empty. Okay, and if the first page should be displayed, whatever the first thing we are going to display, we can give it as empty path. Okay, so if initially I want to go to my function called views dot home. Okay, comma, and the next thing is name. We all have to define a name for this path. So this name we will use it when we are giving in any links. So for example, we want to redirect from one page to another page. So when you are clicking some link, which page it should go, that name will define. So in the name, whatever we are giving, I'm just giving it as home. When you are clicking some link, if you are giving this home in that link source, so it goes to this page. So this, we'll see how it works just. Okay, so we have defined the home here, and we have defined the home. And the one thing we have to do is, we have to go to uh, settings.py. This is the project folder. We need to go to settings.py, and we need to include our app in the installed apps. We will find it in the settings.py. These are all the apps which are already provided by the defaultly from the Django package. So here we also need to include our app. Our app name is student. The same app name you need to give here, and just keep commas to not to forget when you are giving the next thing something. Okay, And the next thing is you need to include your URLs. We have this URLs, right? This app URLs. This app URLs, we have to include it in the project URLs. Okay, which means we are by this we are telling that initially when you are running the server and when you are accessing the server with that URL, the localhost URL or any URL, it comes to the first, it comes from URLs, the project URLs it will see. So in project URLs we are going to define it as space, and here also we are defining it as empty. I'll just explain you how it will execute. And we need to include. Okay, this include we also need to import from the same way where Django.url. So include single quote student.urls. Okay, now after the output I'll just let you know how it works. Okay, so we just included. Now you can see we're not running our server. Python manage.py run server is a command for running the server. That's all. Our server is running. Don't mind that unapplied migrations. We'll see in the next things regarding that. Okay, I'm just opening my application. So you can see, hello, welcome to my new site. So how does it came? I'll just let you know. So when we are when you are browsing this URL, the default, this is all the address of our site. So this is the first thing. Okay, so when it is empty, it just go to the it will read the URLs from the project URL. So it will come from here first URL. So it is not empty, it is something with admin, and this is empty. Okay, assume like for example now I have anything like here my app, something I'm giving it like student or anything. Okay, I assume this is student now. So if you go there and see, it will not come to this hello welcome to my site, because it will not find any function regarding that, because you have student here. So it is in student, but this path is empty here. So when it comes to there is when you give student. Okay, when you give student, it will go to this app URLs. Okay, so you are giving student, so it went to the app URL. So once it find the app, it will go to the app and find student dot URLs. So here URLs is there, and here it will find the first thing. So it is empty. After student nothing we are giving here. So after student nothing we have defined, so it comes to the empty this URL. Assume we are also defining something here called home. Okay, now again I refresh. I hope my server is running, and if I again refresh, again it shows 404 for path not found, because here we define again home. If we want to get that also, we need to again give here home. Okay, something else I have, or here you need to give the backslash. It is running now. You can see hello welcome to my new site. So how it read, it came from the project URLs. So it found student, so student is there, and then slash also is there, and then it went to the student dot URL. So it went to student URLs, and then it found home. So when it found home, the path is completed. So whatever the last one is there, so which it redirects to this function. So what does this function is doing? This function is returning an HTTP response, hello welcome to my new site. So this is what the response you are seeing in the site. Okay, this is the way how path is it is utilized and redirect to the functions. Okay, so as this is the first page, nobody gives right away the paths. Okay, this is the first page. Later comes the links, and also will redirect it, and the path starts increasing. So as is the first URL, nobody gives just if you are making it in an production or something, if you are running it on a hosting, we'll use the domain names, no basics.com or google.com something. Defaultly we'll just stop with .com or our address only. So defaultly we should show the default page, so that I have given it as empty path in the. So defaultly it should come to my same app student. We have only one app. If we have multiple apps, then we'll start defining the paths for other apps. As we have only one single app, I just gave the empty path here. So defaultly it comes to student URLs. It starts checking from student URLs. So if I am not giving even that, it came to student URLs. Okay, now even after coming to student URLs, here something called home is there. Still we need to give home. That to reduce that also, to not to give even that home, we need to have a default path. And even after coming to student URLs, there is still empty path, so it directly redirects to the. With home we don't have any path now, so it is just empty. So defaultly it comes to the home page. We can also define it as landing page or anything. Okay, this is what the basic setup of Django and the sprinting. We just called, we just came to one view, we just written one view, and we just send the HTTP response. This is how simple. I just explained clear, I mean in depth, so it may take some time, but it might have took some time. But this is what the basic setup, very simple, 4 5 steps. Just you need to install, create the project, create the app, and define the URLs and hit, and you will get the response as well. Okay, and the next video we will see how to render the templates. Now we are giving just HTTP response. Okay, in the next video we'll see how to render a template, how to see the response from the template. Okay, and I hope it is clear and you're able to understand. Thank you.